So far, China's reaction is China is still calling for all parties to exercise restraint to prevent the escalation of the tension and to come back to the negotiation table. So that part is a consistent theme of China in this type of situation. Those surprising elements are the factors that suggest that China is not only aligning itself very closely to Russia in the Ukraine crisis, is also willing to provide support both economically and diplomatically to the Russian actions. So that manifestation of the Chinese position, I think, is both disturbing and surprising. We know that between China and Russia, there are plenty of problems, but they also share one common thread, that is the United States. So I think China and Russia identifies a higher agenda between them, which is to counter the U.S. strategic pressure on both countries. And that is the most important and effective glue that have produced the alignment that we are seeing today. Well, the Chinese don't like the comparison between Taiwan and Ukraine because Ukraine is a sovereign nation. Ukraine is a member of the United Nations. So that comparison implies that Taiwan is a sovereign nation with territorial integrity, which China does not acknowledge. But although there is no comparison, there are implications. And most importantly, China is watching how U.S. is reacting in the Ukraine crisis to test U.S. resolve and the willingness to get militarily involved in a military crisis that's far away from the U.S. homeland. And the lessons and conclusions China draws from the Ukraine crisis will be a strong reference for China's future action in the Taiwan contingency. China will watch our inaction in Ukraine and look at the financial sanctions and the trade sanctions we're willing to put on Russia and think, well, if we, China, invade and take over Taiwan and all we get is financial sanctions, that's a slap on the wrist and we'll do it tomorrow. So I feel that we are projecting the message that, well, China, you should not take Ukraine as a precedent for what we will do on Taiwan, but how convincing the message is a different matter.